Our crazy neighbors told our landlord we do hard drugs. We don't. To start the story, here is some context. I work in a small rural school and live in a duplex owned by the school division I work for. They don't reserve the school-owned housing for staff, but staff does get first dibs. My boyfriend and I, who were both born and raised and work in this small community, have been living in this house for 3 years. Okay, now for the story. In September, we got new neighbors on the other side of our duplex. They looked like a sweet old couple and did not work for the school division. They got the house because it was empty and no other staff needed it. For 3 months, we tried to introduce ourselves to them. Every time we were outside at the same time, we would try to say hi, and they would always hurry into their house without saying anything back. Now to the end of March, and we still haven't met our neighbors. However, we have recently learned from other people that met them that our neighbors are retired and moved here from a few provinces away. They have recently moved their adult son in with them as well. Apparently they moved here because God called them to this community, because we are a bunch of sinners that need to be saved. Now mind you, at this point, it's all rumors. We have stopped trying to introduce ourselves but are still being very courteous neighbors. We don't listen to loud music, we make sure our TV is never too loud, and we make sure after 10 p.m. that we don't make any loud noises. Now to April. Just before Easter, I get an email from our landlord saying he needs us to call him as soon as we can. My boyfriend and I both come home for lunch that day so that we can call him together, and our landlord tells us something wild. He says our neighbors came to his office and told him we are doing and cooking meth in our house. They say there is a smell, and they didn't know what it was at first, but then their pastor came over one day and told them the smell was meth. Our landlord says they told him they could only smell it on Fridays and Saturday, and theorizes we don't do it Sunday because we need Sunday to sober up for work. They tell him that they are worried about a fire hazard because they think we are making the drug, and they don't feel safe. He says his wife is moving out because she is worried about being poisoned from the smell. Our landlord, having known us for a long time, does not believe them. He tried to calm them down and tell them it's not anything to worry about. They get upset and threaten to call the cops. So our landlord has warned us about all this and tells us to just be prepared in case the police do show up. And he advised us to let the police into our home to look around and see we have nothing to hide. Now to the present May. There has been no police show up at our house. We have not seen our neighbors in weeks and believe they are almost never home because there is never any vehicles there. We have stopped being the nice neighbors and do not worry about how loud our TV is or if we make loud noises at night. A bit petty of us, but what would you do if your neighbors were trying to get you kicked out? Today, I get another email from my landlord saying he needs me to call him. He says my neighbors claim that the husband is in the hospital and the doctors have found traces of meth in his system and they want us evicted immediately. Again, our landlord doesn't believe them and tells them to not worry, but to make them feel better, he is coming to tour both of our places next week. My boyfriend and I have both offered to provide drug tests to our landlord to show the neighbors. They will obviously be negative for everything. This has been absolutely insane. This couple comes into a small community and tries to spread lies about a family who has been here for over 20 years, me and my boyfriend.